All right. Hi, everybody.
What's up, Gomertrons? This is
Finally,
gonna be fun.
finally, perfect movie trains.
Oh
I was
man.
listening to because we just redropped the Spirited Away app.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about it then, a
Wow.
year ago. We're saying pretty soon we'll
Yep.
do a greatest of perfect trains app.
Wait, you gotta save this. This is our intro, dude.
Okay, great. Okay, let's just
But
go
we
right
also
into it.
love
I
you,
have like eight
Gomertrons.
things happening.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Let,
so
let's let redo. Yeah.
just let me. I've got a big intro,
Okay.
and then there's no welcome to the bonus disc. What up stuff? Okay,
Oh. Okay.
I've got an intro. I'll play.
Okay. Awesome. Do all that,
Okay,
and then we'll say what you just said, maybe.
okay, for sure. Yep, I can
Okay.
bring that up again. Okay, awesome.
Okay. All right. 1 hour.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just
I
kidding. One
hope
and a
so.
half is 1.5 is fine on this one.
Let's try to keep it to 1 hour. I just have it's embarrassing how many trains I have to talk about. Okay,
I love it. Okay. Great.
great. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, click. All right. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. This. Let's see. Welcome to the 2022 Perfect Movie Train Awards, where we honor excellence in locomotion and film, with special appearances by River Phoenix, John Candy, Hayao Miyazaki, CGI Tom Hanks, that kid playing Vern in Back to the Future 3 who has to go to the bathroom in the middle of the shoot, Pee Wee Herman, Bong Joon-ho, Sandra Bullock, Will Wheaton, Corey Feldman, Jerry O'Connell, and River Phoenix again. Tom Cruise twice, maybe two. And musical guest, Tina Turner. And now, oh no, and now, this is going to be funny, I promise. And now, welcome your hosts, the two Gomer.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
Diet Coke. You wanna drink it just for the taste of it. Introducing Diet Coke. This is the one from Coke.
Yeah, the perfect
Woo!
movie train
Woo!
awards.
Diet Coke.
All right.
how's it
Every time
going?
we do an award show, I'm going to play that theme to introduce
It's
us.
so great. It's the best.
It's my favorite song.
So, Gomer Nation, this is what it's like to be best friends with a Enneagram 7
And a high J.
and a high J. Totally. Totally.
We were talking right before recording, that we've been talking about this episode for a long time, longer than I even remembered,
Right.
because we're dropping perfect movie episodes now on the main feed.
Yep.
I just re-listened to the Spirited Away app, great app,
Yep.
with
Super
my
fun,
friend
man.
Yasu Ishida, where I tell the story about how I almost killed him when he
Yeah.
first came to the States.
Right.
And on that episode, I say that we have been already talking about the greatest movie trains, perfect
Mhm.
movie trains episode, and we're going to do it soon. That was last year, March 2021.
So we made it. This is it. This is the moment. And we've been talking off podcast. I'm like, I don't know how I could do an episode about trains, dude. And it's the same
That's how I
the same
felt about
thing.
crackers.
I know. So here's my quote, dude.
Yeah.
Trains are your Triscuits.
Okay. That is a great point. I was going to say, this is my perfect cracker app.
Okay. Yep.
I remember you saying the only reason you wanted to do the perfect cracker app was like a love letter to the Triscuit. Remember
Yep.
that?
An ode to the Triscuit. Which, did you know the Triscuit? The reason it got that name is that it's an electric biscuit.
What?
Like
What do you mean?
Tri is like electricity. like how they
No
cooked it.
way.
Yeah, so try is like from the electri, and then biscuit, so it's an electric
Oh,
biscuit.
I
Trisket.
always thought it was try something. Like there were
Nope.
3 of something in it.
Nope, it's actually just 3. Well, it's 3 ingredients, and it's actually Daniel Fast approved, dude. So I've been eating a lot of Triscuits and shredded wheat with your extra creamy oat milk.
Oat milk, right? Because you
I'm
can't
like
do
living off
dairy on the
that.
Daniel fast.
Right.
Oh wow, okay.
Triscuits and shredded wheat.
That's that's one grainy meal.
I know. Yep.
Wow. So you got your cracker episode, which
Yep.
I thought the same thing, which was how are we going to talk about crackers for an
Right.
hour?
Yeah.
That ended up being not enough time.
Uh-huh.
You were like, how are we going to talk about trains? And I was like, I got you, dude. Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. Well, this is just it's opening us up to we can do anything.
Anything.
Like anything perfect, and I love the more obscure the better. This actually isn't that obscure. And at some point I do want to talk about my love for trains as well, but you love trains.
I love trains. I've always loved a choo-choo,
Mm-hmm.
the humble locomo. It's
Yep.
like, so I was thinking about trains. How many times do you think we'll say the word trains in this episode? I want somebody to keep track. We'll probably say trains more than dude. That would be amazing. I grew up on trains because I lived in Vienna, Austria
Mm-hmm.
from 4th through 6th grade.
Yep.
And I rode the train. I rode multiple trains a day.
Sure.
The U-Bahn, that's the subway.
Mm-hmm.
The above ground train, the Strassenbahn, I think that's what it's called. That's like the tram.
Yeah, it's got an S set in it, right?
Yes.
2 S's.
Yep.
I love an S set.
Yep. So I would say I probably rode on 8 different trains every day
Wow.
going to and from school.
And by yourself or with Alex or with Julie?
It was a couple of years it was with Julie and Alex and maybe a couple other kids that would meet like on the way to the school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then my 5th grade year, I've talked about that before, I think on the podcast, where I was in Austrian school and got bullied and stuff. I would go to school and back myself every day.
Dang.
And there were buses and trains involved on all of those trips. And then if I just wanted to like go out on the town, it was so nuts, dude. I do not know why my parents let us do this. And I'm so appreciative. Like I just got to go out and ride trains all day.
Seriously, dude. It was a different time or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
No
was
watch. Like, I was talking to a friend of mine from New York,
Mhm.
and they have a 9 turning 10-year-old, and they're going to get him a GPS watch. They don't want him to have a phone.
Sure. Yeah.
They
so
are
can
gonna
keep
start
track
letting-
of the kid.
Yeah, they're going to
Yeah.
start letting him do some travel by himself
Right.
around the city,
Mm-hmm.
like approved places and stuff. But they have a watch now, right?
Yeah.
Where it can call, it can text,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
and it can GPS track. Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Yep.
So you didn't have
That's
that.
pretty- Nope, didn't have that. I could have been lying dead on the street for all they knew. Run over by a train. I almost got hit by a tram one time. One of my
Oh,
core memories.
Jeez. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Oh,
I
inside
walked out.
Nice.
I walked out in front of a tram and almost got hit.
Oh, man.
And I had been separated from my sister and brother. It was our first year there, separated by 4th grade. What is that? 9?
4th grade, year 10. That's Lily right
10.
now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Walked out into the street, not knowing where I was going, almost got hit by a tram, cried. The tram driver beckoned to me and comforted me in a language I didn't understand. And then I went
Wow.
home by myself.
Wow. So Sandra Bullock didn't come save you, pretend to be engaged to you.
Nope.
Dang
Not
it.
at all.
Dang it.
Too bad I didn't get into a coma. I could be Mr. Stephen Bullock right now.
Bullock. Stephen Bullocks.
So I love that's like a core part. It's a core vehicle in my life, right?
Yep. Totally.
And I mean, I still Love a train. We live in Flagstaff right now. Big train town.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
So I think
Love
we have
that.
144 trains that go through town every day because
Interesting.
it's the railroads that were built right along 66, and so they go
Sure.
from LA to Chicago.
Yep.
Tons of trains. I got stuck behind a train. Not behind. What would you say? You're crossing a road and the train goes by and you get stuck there.
Are you like waiting for a train or
Yep. Yeah.
like for it to cross? Yep.
And that's like a big part of life here. And so Noah and Jack have to plan their departure around to school around when the
Sure.
trains come, that kind of thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
We can hear a train at night.
Oh, we
honking
can
and
too,
hooting.
actually. Yeah, we're actually very close to a train line as well. I think you saw when you were at our house.
Yeah.
So you can hear it every like hour.
I love
I
it.
I do too. I love it.
How they look, how they sound, how they make me
How they
feel.
make you feel.
Trains.
Yes. Okay,
Um,
I
go
have
ahead.
one train core memory real quick.
Okay, great.
So I know for sure, like my grandpa Churchill. So we talk about my grandpa Churchill a million times, but
Yeah.
he always used to have this whistle. He'd be like, shh, shh. Like I can't even do it, but he
Oh,
could
he
do.
would whistle like a train.
Yep, he could do a train whistle.
Okay.
My grandma Churchill's dad was a mayor of Platteville.
What?
Yeah, dude. And he
Wow.
used to like my great grandfather or great great grandfather
Uh-huh.
was mayor of Platteville, Hanson, I
Okay.
think. And but before that, he was like a train engineer.
Huh.
So like
Wow.
there was always kind of like a train engineer vibe in our family.
Sure.
A
Do you mean like
vibe.
stuff on the walls and stuff?
They'd have like
Like
picture.
train engineer hats and
Yeah, yeah.
railroad crossing signs and stuff?
So I mean, just it was like in the lore.
I gotcha.
like
Yep.
like like we were musicians, like music teachers and
Yeah.
teachers, and then train people or something like that. And
Wow.
then so my uncle, so my mom's brother,
Uh-huh.
was a huge train model collector.
Okay, that's another
Like,
part of my life too. My dad had
okay,
model trains
okay.
that he would set up around the Christmas tree
Oh
every
yeah.
year.
Uh-huh.
That was that was part of the we'd put up the Christmas tree and then my dad would set up the trains around it.
Mm,
So I mean I
awesome.
didn't even think about that before. That's not in my notes.
Yes.
You gave me a memory of trains and probably another core thing of why I love trains.
Sure.
So your grandpa was also a model train guy, did you say, or your
No,
uncle?
my mom's brother,
Okay,
Uncle
got it.
Bob, and um wait, why Uncle John? Uncle
Okay.
John was the main dude, but I mean he was in a like a group of like 3 or 4 guys. They
Mm.
had a warehouse
Wow.
in Stevens Point.
They rented
Uh
this warehouse just to set up their like train
oh
town.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's like, do you remember Superman Returns?
Yes, that's I was just thinking of that.
Okay, like
Where
dude,
he makes it with the train that goes by. We
yeah,
could do a perfect movie model trains episode too, because
sure.
that comes up over and over in movies.
Totally. But yeah, like I'm positive that my memory isn't like Rap and Mike D in the Empire State Building that he and his brothers built with
Right.
Legos, which was, you remember he sent us that picture like 14 years ago, and it was
It
like
was not
super.
what you were remembering.
Um, but no. I'm pretty sure it was cooler than the Superman one because it was like installs and
Yeah.
little tiny plants and I
Mm.
mean, like what, like a warehouse, and it was
Wow.
electric and it had different, and so we would visit that
Yeah.
and think it was the coolest thing ever. So like you
Amazing.
couldn't touch things because they were electric, and they
Wow.
could,
That's right.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yep. I remember
So
putting pieces of tinsel between the rails and they would spark. Like
oh
we
yeah,
would touch one end of a piece of tinsel to the one rail and the other to the other and get in trouble because it would spark and like smoke. And we thought that was great, but probably could have like seriously burned our house down
yeah.
if we had kept doing that.
Yes. Now they've fixed it for kids.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
they're like all plastic and
Hmm.
battery operated, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Wow. I love trains. I was thinking about this one other thing about trains.
okay.
Why do I friggin' love trains so much? First, they're big. They're so big. heavy.
Yeah.
Tracks, I love tracks, and I always think about how, how does tracks work? If it's a little bit off, those trains are gonna like fly everywhere.
Yeah, and like they go so fast.
Yep.
Yeah, like how are they going like
Fast.
200 miles an hour on these two little strips?
Good point. I forgot about that one. Fast.
Yep,
Um,
fast.
so here's what I was realizing yesterday. Of any, like, I think trains are my favorite vehicle. I texted you that the other
Yep.
day. What if people read our text?
Because I was like, how are we going to do this?
Apropos of nothing, I text you. I think trains are my favorite vehicle. And here's why. Trains, bro. Trains follow the rules. You know, I love rules. There is no vehicle that
Interesting.
follows rules like the train does. It is an
Yeah.
idiom to say you're on or off the tracks, right? When you
Yep,
are or aren't following the rules.
Or you've gone off the rails.
Gone
right?
off the rails. Yep.
Yep.
Which Hack did say that this episode would go off the rails. Good joke. And we told about this episode. Great joke.
That
Hack.
is good.
But, and I think this will come out more as I reveal to you my 18 trains on my list. If you have something in your movie, this is why I love it in a movie so much, that follows the rules, you can do a ton of creative things around that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can really play with it. So it, you know, I'm a rule follower. I love rules in movies.
Yep.
I love rules in life. I love rules of life. A train follows the rules.
Okay, I've underlined that. That's really cool. That's really cool. By the way, my favorite vehicle is like the Saturn V rocket and
Right.
the moon lander, and so yeah. So I'm trying to like, and like this is the kind of thing where like when I told you about crackers and you started to think about crackers, you started to love crackers.
Right.
This past week thinking about this, I've reignited because it is a dormant love.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
But you've ignited it again.
I think it might be the same for me and space.
Okay.
I do love space still, just like probably you love trains. But I was obsessed with space as a kid. I wanted to be an astronaut when I grew up. I made model shuttles.
Yep.
I subscribed to like kids space magazines. I'm such a mag fam.
You were a mag fam.
Yep. And now for some reason, the train. What is this? I don't know. The train is where my heart is.
We just want to be on a train. Do you ever watch the 4K like trains driving?
Oh yeah.
Thing.
Just
you
like
know what I
out
mean?
the window. You just on a train forever.
Yeah, there's this one train that probably past Flagstaff that goes from Chicago to LA, and it's like panoramic views on the top. We have dreamed about doing that trip with our girls.
So we have examined that. Like, what would it be like sometime to go take the train? It would have to be from Flagstaff to Chicago, and then we take a bus when we go home to Wisconsin. And we probably would need to get a sleeper car because it's 3 days, and I don't think we could sit up the whole time. That's a bucket list thing for us too.
Wait, that would be terrible.
There are people that do that.
Sit. Really?
Because
okay.
When you take an Amtrak train, for instance, which I just did last 5 months ago or so.
Oh yeah.
I went from Flagstaff to Albuquerque and my phone got stolen.
Yep.
I do not begrudge the train. It's not your fault, train.
Mm-hmm.
It's those dirty, dirty men in you. Get them out. Expel those thieves from your innards, train. It's actually like there's a diner car that you have access to, and the seats are like first class seats in a plane. Tons of legroom. You can almost lay down completely in that seat.
Okay. Yep.
So it wouldn't be like taking a 3-day flight, but still it would be nice to have some privacy. But the price skyrockets when you get a sleeper car.
Okay. Got it.
So we've never been able to justify it financially or how much time it would be.
Right.
But, we're going to be empty nesters soon, and we'll have all the time in the world.
Well, and isn't, the journey, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey.
That was
right?
written above the auditorium in high school, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, and there was the church, the Journey Church.
Yep. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's all about the journey,
All about the journey.
and that's what
You're right.
train is the journey.
We will get to that for sure. There is
Okay.
much more of a journey. And I think I told the story about that trip to Albuquerque when I had lost my phone. It was the perfect train ride because I couldn't scroll.
Yep.
I just
Totally.
looked out of the window in the viewer car, which is another car, which is mostly glass.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Um, and this desert storm was rolling in across
Wow.
high desert. And it was just the best day of my life. Trains.
Oh, that sounds so great. I'm
All
glad
right.
you were on a train then.
It was awesome.
Well, yeah, and also you can't, even though we said they are fast, you can't rush them.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, I love thinking about
Like,
trains. I love that they go in a straight shot. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
sometimes you can't go as straight shot as you can in a car as you can with a train. Love
yeah.
them. Okay. But we're not here to talk about just trains.
Ooh,
We're
okay.
here to talk about movie trains. And so I
All
asked
right.
you if I could change the name of this from just Perfect Movie Train to the Perfect Movie Train Awards.
Yeah. Awesome.
So I have a list of trains and movies that I love. And this, just so you know, listener, is just the beginning of trains that I love in movies.
Yes.
I had to cut some. I had to make necessary cuts so that we could stay in a consumable time here. I want to lay some ground rules. Is that okay?
Sure.
So this is movie trains, nothing but movie trains. So we can do another train episode if we want with about other trains and media,
Yeah.
but this is only trains appearing in movies. So we talked about the little engine that could. Little engine that could is disqualified, not a movie train.
Right. Right.
Thomas the Tank Engine. I guess he appears in
Nope. He's
Ant-Man.
he
But he's
appears
like
in Ant-Man.
but he
And
is a
no, but there are Thomas movies, dude.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
think about that. Okay.
King of the Railway, one of my favorites.
We should do rank the Thomas movies. Aren't we going to rank the Batmans at some point? We
Yeah,
should
well,
also
and-
rank the Thomas the Tank Engines.
In that, we can rank our favorite engineers too: Sir Topham Hatt, Alec Baldwin, Ringo Starr,
George Carlin?
Oh yeah, of course, George Carlin, totally.
Lest we forget. Okay. So, but TV's out. So like Springfield Monorail, which is one of my favorite Simpsons episodes, we can't disqualify.
Oh,
That's a
Mono.
Conan written episode, I think.
Yep. Yeah, it is. At least that's the legend.
Yeah. We can't talk about the actual monorail at Disney World or Disneyland. That's a great train, but it's not a movie
Perfect
train.
train. Want to stay in that hotel one day.
We can't talk about the Tatooine Dune train on Partner to Boba Fett, which is an incredible train, but it also doesn't have tracks, so I think it's disqualified.
Okay.
Stephen King fans, I can't talk about Blaine the Mono, the demonic sentient train in Wizard and Glass. I would, if anybody wants to email me, I will talk to them about Blaine the Mono, one of my favorite trains, but we can't talk about it. We're talking about movie trains. And so here we go. I'm going to play the stupid music again.
Yes.
We're going to start. Oh no. Sonos, bro. The Rome went away.
Rome.
But I'm going to reconnect it here because, well, never mind. I do have a choo-choo sound I'm going to use.
Here, try to get it reconnected. Dude, they keep ringing the doorbell. Can you pause for 4 seconds?
Okay, great.
You can keep recording.
I'm going to keep, this is good. Then I can figure this out again. Okay. All right, listener. Let's see if this works. Yes. Let's see, I have 40 minutes left to talk about 18 trains. Can he do it? I think I can do it. I hope people like this episode. I wonder if I'm the only one who's interested in this. We'll see. I love trains. What can I say?
Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Everything okay?
Okay.
Everything cool?
They're not there anymore. They've ringed the door 4 times in a row.
Okay, sweet.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start this.
Yes.
24. Just let me write this down.
24:34 is where I'm at right now.
Okay, great. All right, here we go. This is when it all begins. The Perfect Movie Train Awards. And basically what I told you, dude, is that I have an award of a series of awards that I'm going to give out to movie trains. We can talk about those trains if we want to.
Uh-huh.
And then I have, here's something that I've changed. I've actually retained my absolute perfect train for the very, very end.
Okay, got it.
So if you had trains on your list like this that are similar, that my guess is that I will talk about them, but I would think, I mean, nothing would please me more if you had a train I don't even mention, and then we can talk about that train before we get to my perfect train at the end.
Okay, got it.
Does that work? Okay.
Yep.
Just so you know, you probably know what my perfect train is already, but
I'm guessing so, but I have 10 other options.
Okay, great. Okay. And I also have this little choo-choo sound. Let's see if this works.
Ooh.
Let's see. Instead of a chunk, you know? That'll introduce whenever we have a new train. Okay. The first award, let's see if this works. Come on. Is the best scored train
in
movies.
Okay, great.
And this award.
I have an option.
Okay, good.
Let me hear what you've got. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
And I'm actually going to share my screen probably for the rest of our time.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. If you all aren't 13.1 members, join up because this is going to be all on video.
And let's make sure this still works because sometimes
when
I share my
the
sound
sound
stops. No,
right.
It's working still. Okay,
this
still
is
going.
What I thought.
Okay, great. So the award for best scored train goes to the Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade Circus train. And this, of course, is in the opener, which is like an Indiana Jones thing, right? There's always like a little story at the beginning.
Yep. I mean, that's George Lucas' nod to serials, right?
Right. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Love it.
Yep. And so this one is I saw this in the theater, 89, I guess it was.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe what I was seeing. A Indiana Jones flashback.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, and of course, you've got the ring. Ooh, there he is.
Those fake giraffes. Fake giraffes.
But I love a train with giraffes coming out the top.
Oh,
is there anything better than a train with giraffes coming out the top?
Totally. Here we go. Here they are.
Look at those fake
Watch
giraffes.
them turn. Watch them turn, dude.
That is not how giraffes act. So River Phoenix is well, that's probably not River Phoenix. That's probably Sun.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Reptile. Oh gosh.
This is when he learns how. We learn how. This works for me. Does this work for you? All the why is Indiana Jones the way he is stuff?
Sure. Yeah. The scar.
Yep.
The fear of snakes. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
I just want to see this train.
Oh, I can't watch this. I can't watch that. Can't watch
Too scary.
That.
Yep.
Listen to the horns double tongue. Listen to the horns double tongue right here. Triplets. Trumpet triplets.
River Phoenix looking sharp here with that long hair. Kind of looks like Jack's hair.
Yeah, he does look kind of like Jack right now.
Was this the hairstyle in, when was this supposed to be? I guess the 20s, right?
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
But you know how like when it's a period piece and you're like, their hair is from the 70s. Or like Star Wars, which is a future movie.
Right, future movie, except it's set in the 70s. Same with a Star Trek motion picture.
Yes, definitely. Yep. Everybody's got feathered hair.
Yep, bell bottoms.
Yep. Okay. So that is the award to the best scored train. It's just a really cool train. Also, that train is going so slow. If you've ever watched that scene carefully, the train is moving like probably 5 miles an hour. So they can film this like elaborate stunt show thing that happens on that train.
Yeah.
It's also a pretty small train, not very big.
I know, just like 5 cars.
Yep.
That's another great train movie trope is like horses, like jumping from a horse to a train.
Yep.
Or no, that's really usually just horses. Maybe I don't know if there's ever a car to a train or a truck to a train.
Oh, we'll get to a car to a train and a truck to a train for sure.
Okay, sweet.
There's even like, I mean, there's even like helicopter to train stuff happening.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm actually going to share. I have some video, and I also have some just stills that I want to show you.
Okay.
So, and we'll head over to my next award, which is most peaceful train, the most peaceful train, the most ma train, you could say, is the C train from Spirited Away.
Beautiful.
Which it's on tracks. That's important to remember, but it's in about like 6 inches of water that is now covering everything. So as far as the eye can see, you're in like an ocean, but this train is riding on top of it. And it's just, I talked about this in the Spirited Away episode. It's the moment here where Chihiro and No Face are sitting there just calmly wondering what the heck is happening in their lives. And I feel like this is one of my favorite scenes in movies, one of my most relatable scenes in movies, because that's what I felt like when I was a little kid coming home from school in 5th grade. So there is just like the journey, right? The peacefulness of the train. I think this might be my favorite scene in all of Miyazaki stuff, and one of my favorite scenes of all time. Most peaceful train, the C train from Spirited Away.
I love it. Congratulations.
Congratulations, No Face. Oh, you know what? This is the only train also represented in my office.
Oh.
So I have a picture of the C train.
Oh, yeah.
Kaz and Amy gave me this hand-painted postcard that they found on Etsy for Christmas.
Oh, that's great.
Wally Holmes.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's most peaceful train. See, we're zipping right through them.
Great.
Okay. Next one. This is working really well.
Yeah,
most
Sonos.
Metaphorical train.
Okay.
Most the train that means something that is more than a train. That goes to, and I think you've seen this movie, that goes to Snowpiercer. Have you seen Snowpiercer? Oh, yeah.
Yep, I finally saw it.
Bong Joon-ho, Parasite director. Yep. About post-apocalypse, most post-apocalyptic train. Well,
yeah, or
there's another
maybe longest running train, like
longest running train. Yeah,
run until forever. Isn't all of society live on that train? All of
remaining society is in this train.
Yeah.
So I think it's also the longest train probably on the list. Because so the metaphor is that it's post-apocalyptic. Everybody on Earth lives in this train, and the farther up you are toward the locomotive, the more high class you are. or the
Yeah.
richer you are. And so
And
poor
you don't
folks
have to
live in the caboose,
eating gelatinized bugs.
right, eating gelatinized bugs. And I think I said this in the Parasite episode that I wished it had been humans. I thought that would have been a better reveal.
Yeah, right. Oh,
But bugs is also
God.
gross.
Man, that is so
Sick.
gross.
Cockroaches, I think, just like they would just dump cockroaches in a big vat and just gelatinize them. And
Yeah.
that's what they were eating. Woo!
Oh gosh.
Snowpiercer. A great train, in my
Okay, so-
opinion.
Have you seen the TV show?
I haven't at all.
Okay, me neither. But
Who-
there's billboards. I think it's
Oh.
TNT.
It is, yeah. And isn't it
Okay. Because
somebody
TNT is from
Hamilton?
Atlanta.
Oh, really? Okay. I remember seeing a lot of TNT billboards when I was there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Turner. Right, he started CNN as well.
Wait,
which is
did
in
we drive by
Atlanta.
the building?
Yeah, totally. Oh, dude,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay. I
We
think I
were-
saw that.
By the half marathon, we were down there.
Oh, wow. Okay. We should have gotten on Snowpiercer. Could have driven us around.
The Gomers. Yeah.
I think Jefferson from the original Hamilton cast is in that movie. Daveed Diggs.
Yep.
Or that show.
Yep, you're right. Mhm.
And also
And-
Jennifer Connelly, right? From Rocketeer.
Yep, I think so. And then also dude from The Martian and Lord of the Rings.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty sure he's on it too.
I wonder if it's good. I haven't heard much about it. But I do love
neither.
trains, so I'd probably like it.
Mhm. Sweet. Hey, we forgot to draw one parallel, which is like my favorite childhood movie.
Yeah.
Also starred a Phoenix,
Oh, that's right.
right? Space Camp. Leaf.
Leaf, right, became Joaquin,
Uh-huh.
but he was credited in that movie as Leaf Phoenix.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Brother of River.
The Rivers, talented guys.
I wonder if they had any other brothers or sisters with like nature names.
Oh, that's a good call.
Man, River is a really
River.
cool name. That's
I don't-
like
Yeah, that's true. I don't think I've ever met a guy named River. I've met women named River.
okay, autumn, summer,
Uh-huh.
and then lots of lilies, Polly,
Yep. Daisy.
Daisy, yep,
Rose.
Ruby. Wait, Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby's
Yeah.
like a rock, but it's still found in nature.
That's nature. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Snowpiercer. We love you. All right. My next award. Okay, this one this one's gonna take a little bit of explaining. This award is the best train in the worst movie. Okay. A movie that is, by all accounts, almost impossible to watch. But
not Star Wars Holiday Special.
no. And I would say that I'm a fan of this movie, and I've not met anyone else on earth that likes this movie. But
Throw
I
Mama
like it
Off the
because of the
Train?
train. No, nope. This award goes to the Polar Express.
Oh. Okay. All right. Okay.
So, obviously the humans in this, including all like 5 or 6 roles that Tom Hanks plays,
Mm-hmm.
are you can't look at them. They're so frightening. But
Okay.
the train in this movie slaps hard.
The train slaps.
There are scenes in
sure.
this movie that Silvestri, who knows how to make an action scene, we know that,
Mm-hmm.
does some seriously sweet train action.
Wait, not Silvestri. That's the
Oh,
composer.
sorry, Zemeckis.
Yeah.
Silvestri is also doing the score,
Yep,
and he does
totally.
some sweet train music also.
Yeah. And the
Um,
bells. I love the bells, dude.
The bells are great.
The girls love the bells. We have some of those silver bells. We
Hmm.
went on the Polar Express. There's actually one in Madison.
Okay.
During Christmas, we
Yeah, there's-
got 4 of their mugs.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there's one close. There's one about a half an hour from us in Williams,
Oh.
Arizona. Is a Polar
Okay.
Express that we took the boys on when they were young. So this is there's 2 trains on the list I've actually been on. This is one of them.
Oh, okay.
Um, my favorite thing about the Polar Express train is the sound design.
Ooh,
So I just
okay.
want you to listen to this. This is when the Polar Express first comes to the unnamed little boy. It also really annoys me that the kid has no name. That feels so pretentious to me. Just name the character. The unnamed Tom Hanks boy. It arrives at his house, and the sound design is so good of this train. Take a listen, why don't you?
Little trombone there.
Yeah. Okay, then you
I
see
even like
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks' voice there.
Tom
I
Hanks'
like his
voice is
voice there
good.
though.
Yep, he's a great conductor voice for sure. But
Right.
the closer they get, it's the eyes. They just have not
Cre-
figured out the eyes yet,
creepy. Yep.
and they're very creepy and gross. So I'll give you that. But there is a scene in the middle where the train goes off the rails on an ice patch, on an iced
Mhm.
over lake. That is so fun and so good.
Yeah.
And just watch
Oh
that
yeah.
part.
Okay.
It's great stuff.
Oh, are we gonna watch that part now?
No, we're not.
Oh, I thought you were gonna
queue it up.
cue that part up.
No.
Okay. I love the sound design of trains totally because it's like metallic.
Yep.
It's sort of 1920s. It's like or 1800s. You know, they haven't quite figured out like plastic and rubber or something like that. So there's
Right. Yep.
banging, clanging.
Yes.
You know, like there's like when we do it in orchestra pieces, a lot of times there's like an anvil or something like
Okay.
that
Oh, I
is
love
like
that.
something that we play with.
Yep.
Dude, can I just do a an honorable mention with Tom Hanks?
Oh, please.
Okay. So I have for Tom Hanks when he's in the movie Big,
Yes.
which is one of my favorite movies of all time, which we haven't really talked about very much.
Josh Baskin playing
Josh
the role,
Baskin.
the lead role.
Yep, 30-year-old Josh Baskin
Yep.
like goes out, he meets Billy, Billy freaks out, he goes back home and he's going to tell his mom what's up. She's
Yeah.
vacuuming and
Mhm.
she's listening to headphones singing, "Pardon me boys, is that the
Is that the
Chattanooga
Chattanooga
choo-choo?"
choo-choo?
And so then he's in her house
Yeah.
and she's vacuuming and then she like freaks out, right? Because it's like who is this guy? He's pretending
Yeah.
to be my son. She pulls
A
out the
pretty
chef's knife.
freaky scene if you like think about it just
Oh.
one level deeper, like how terrifying that would be.
Yeah, and you're wearing my husband's like sweatpants and
And my
like
son's shirt.
hoodie.
Right, you can't see the shirt in that moment. It's the husband's hoodie. You're right.
Yep, like
Yep.
and shoes. Right? So like that
So
means he's
been
upstairs.
Yep.
Um
So this is just a reference to a train in a movie. The song
Yeah.
Chattanooga Choo Choo.
yep.
song.
And
Yep.
he probably looks like her relatives too is my other thing on that. Like he
Oh,
probably looks like
yeah.
her brother, you know.
Yep. Yep.
So anyways, and we have stayed, so we live 2 hours from Chattanooga and we have stayed at the Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel where you sleep overnight in a car.
Oh, a dream. A real dream. I gotta go there.
So that was fun.
That's sweet. Okay. All right. I do like Polar Express, and I know I'm alone in that, but it's
Book?
Oh, there we go.
Come on, the book, dude.
The book is great. I love it, but then you have to make an hour and a half movie about it. From a
Right.
I don't think there's hardly any words in that book. Okay.
Yeah, yep, you're right. And that's a hard thing to do.
Yep, definitely. Okay,
Yep.
this next award is going to two trains, and the award
I just
is
threw my La Croix away.
the best third act train. So this is a train that does not appear until the very end of the movie, but really packs a punch. Okay. So the first one that this goes to is the train in
Yep.
Plane. It's actually a train in train. What is it? Trains, planes.
Planes,
The
trains,
first.
planes, trains, and
Oh,
automobiles.
planes, trains. The second
Mhm.
word of the title, and I think this might be the only train they ride. Is that true? Or do they train? Do they ride
they
a train
ride a
like hobo style?
bus. They
They
ride a
ride a
bus.
bus.
They
Yep.
ride a rental car. I
Yep.
want to say they do hobo style at one point. Yeah, they totally do because remember, it breaks down and then they have to walk with the suitcase across like a cornfield.
Oh, right. Yep. Yep. You're right. Okay. So this is the second train, but this is the train that Steve Martin gets on and has his like moment, right? It's like the
Yep.
flashback moment.
Yep. Totally.
And I'm telling you what, when you're on a train, that can happen to you. So it was a great choice to put just him on the train, like the elevated train in Chicago, right?
Yep. The L. Mm-hmm.
Just sitting there thinking about his new friend, John Candy, and when they were in bed together and when they were driving around and other stuff, right? That's like, we just
Yeah.
saw this in the movie and we're seeing, it's like when scenes from the movie roll during the credits, right? It's
Oh
like that. Like,
yeah.
I just saw this. You don't
That's
have to
such a
remind
John
us of it.
Hughes kind of thing.
Oh yeah, you're
I think
probably
you're messing
right.
with the wrong guy. With the wrong guy. With yeah. See, I
Yep.
think okay. I think riding a train is similar to taking a shower. Like
Okay.
in that it makes you think. It's
Mm-hmm.
5 minutes or 10 minutes or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? That was his ma time.
Yep.
Chad always
Definitely.
texts us like something he thought about in the shower.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's a Chad thing.
Yep. It
And it's
is.
for all of us, but he always like I love that. Chad's like, I was in the shower and I thought about blank, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Actually, that scene, Steve Martin, that scene is pretty similar to the Spirited Away scene. Just
It
like
totally is.
went through a ton of
Yep.
weird stuff. He's almost home and he's just in the train, and that's his space to his shower space, right? His space to
Right.
consider and think about stuff. It's
Yep,
a
I
great train scene.
totally. In our workaday culture with driving everywhere,
Yep.
we're act like in that ma moment, you're active, you're driving, and you
Yeah.
still get time to think, but you're also being a responsible driver. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like the other day, I actually took a lift somewhere because
Mhm.
I had to leave a car somewhere so I could meet somebody,
Right.
and it took me like 40 minutes to get across town.
Yeah.
I had some ma,
Yep.
you know?
I love that option. You can
It's missing
sometimes
in our
click on
culture.
Lyft or Uber, like that you
Yeah.
want conversation or you don't.
Oh yeah.
I always click I don't.
oh, I missed that.
I think it might be just certain
Really?
ones. I think it was one
Okay.
time that I had to get an XL or whatever Uber, like
Okay.
it was the same price as a regular one, and they had that option on it that you could click
Do
when
you?
you call it, like I want to talk or I don't want to talk. It's great.
Interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that is.
Yep. Okay. The other train that wins this third act award, I think I have a picture of it. Let's see. Nope. Shoot. Don't look.
Oh,
I don't have a
spoiler
picture of it.
alert.
It's the LA Metro in Speed.
Okay. All right, let me cross that one off my list. Speed
That's
train.
and that's my Sandra Bullock appearance. Keanu Reeves, Sandra Bullock. You don't see that train coming. I don't think it's in
Yep.
any of the trailers. I was
Mm-mm.
surprised. I thought, okay, the bus is done, and we're an hour in. Like,
Oh, right.
or maybe like an hour 10, hour 15. I was like, that's a short movie. The bus is done. They did it.
Right. Once the bus is done, the momentum of the movie could end, but it doesn't because it's
Right.
so good.
So that
then
movie
they have
actually is
yeah.
like elevator, bus, train. That movie is
Perfect.
so good.
Yeah. Wait,
I
who
love Speed.
directed that?
Jan de Bont, his name is. He was like a director of photography, I think, for some big guys like the Die Hard guy and stuff like that. I think he's the DP on Die Hard.
Okay.
And then he did Speed and Twister.
Mm.
And I think those are the
Awesome.
movies, his big movies. I love Twister. Too
I
bad there's not
love
a train
Twister.
in that.
I know. I wonder if do they ever blow through a place with trains or something?
Wouldn't it be
Tracks or
incredible
something?
if he just in one of those twisters, those twisters and Twister?
Yeah.
There was just like if there was just like a train
Yeah.
like
Just
spiraling
one.
up around the twister.
Right. Totally.
They missed a trick on that one. Twister.
Yep.
I could watch that. I should watch that every summer. That's a great summer movie.
Great summer movie. I
Both of
agree.
them, Speed and Twister, great summer
Yep.
movies.
Watch those in
Hot.
like an air conditioned house when it's out hot outside.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
Or
Eating a
Twister
cold
when it's like
sandwich.
a summer storm or something happening outside. You watch
Ooh,
Twister.
that might be a little scary for some people.
Sure, that's right.
That might be like this could be happening right now, sort of thing. I don't know. But no, that sounds great.
Is there one point in Twister where they say it sounds like a train? Because I've heard that before.
Yep, you're right. Actually, dude, we totally have lived through a tornado coming within a few hundred feet of Aaron's parents' house.
Yeah.
Remember, did all that damage through cross country?
Right.
And we heard it, dude. And
Wow.
it did.
Yes, I've heard that over and over from people in that situation, that it sounds like a train barreling down on your house.
I wonder if it's one of those things like our brain doesn't know, like only knows how to like, okay, I know things that are loud and heavy.
Right.
Train, you know?
Yeah. Or, I mean, obviously you're relating, you aren't hearing tornadoes a lot, so you're relating it to something you hear a lot. Train.
Sure. Oh, it's a train. Yep. Oh, are we talking Inception at all?
Oh my gosh. I don't have Inception anywhere on my list. That is a great train.
That like a train that breaks the rules, dude.
That train breaks the rules because it's going through town, no rails.
Yes.
On the road,
off the rails.
tearing up the road.
Here, can you put do you have an award for best off the rails train?
No, but I'm adding it right now.
Inception, Christopher Nolan.
That's a great call, dude. See, I'm telling you what, you could really go to this trains could last you a long time. Best off the rails train. Inception.
Yes.
Great. I'm adding it to my notes even, so it's official.
Okay, do you have best futuristic 3D train, like 3D turning train?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
So no,
like
I don't.
Solo.
Oh, okay. That is a great train. And that's a monorail too, isn't it?
Yep. And it like how it rotates like the Millennium Falcon sort of.
Oh yeah. Yep. Ooh, that's a great train. I forgot about that. Probably because I've only seen that movie once still. I need to watch that again. Trains.
You got to watch it again. It's actually better than you remembered.
Okay. And now that I remember, there's a big train heist in it. And I love a train heist.
Oh, totally. What about, I think I should have put an honorable mention earlier when you said sound design train.
Yeah.
But I love the subway in Walter Mitty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes into the score. That's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
You're triggering my memory, dude.
That's really, really good.
New York subway sound design.
So Subway as a whole, even talking about subways, you start thinking about a lot of movies within a subway. I mean, the Matrix fight is in a subway station in the first Matrix, right? Like,
yep.
That incredible bullet time fight. There's subways in Ghost, which you got to see Ghost. There's an incredible subway scene in Ghost. Okay, but that's not my next award.
Great.
Okay. Rules.
Hey, what? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My next award is most steampunk train. Most steampunk train. And that award goes to the train in Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome.
Yes.
Which is, I mean, I'm showing you a picture of this right now. It's actually a truck with like a house built on it. And a bunch of pipes coming out the top.
This is one of my favorite things, dude. When a car or a truck has those wheels on it.
I love that.
Like sometimes you see like a train fixing truck and it's like a Ford F-150, but like you can see.
You're talking about when you see it in real life. That is so awesome. My heart skips a beat.
IRL, dude. Like when you see that, it's like, don't you just want to try that out?
a pickup truck with train
Yeah.
wheels on it on
Yeah,
the
dude.
tracks. Wow.
Yep, it's what he didn't have in Groundhog Day, but could have. Remember when he drives the train tracks in Groundhog Day?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, seeing one of those in the wild, that's like seeing a dog with 3 legs, where you're just
Uh-huh.
like, oh, whoa, there
Yep.
he is, and you want to like follow it around.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm actually gonna skip. We're running out of time, so I'm gonna skip my best trains for hobos award. I'll just mention that's um, Oh Brother Art. That was a great
Oh,
train scene.
yep, great.
Oh shoot,
Oh,
and so does
I see.
Pee Wee. Pee Wee's Big Adventure probably is
Oh
my
yeah.
favorite best trains for hobos scene. Okay,
Okay, got it.
because I gotta get to this next category. You're gonna love this, bro. So
Okay.
this category, best train wrecks.
Got one in my mind.
Okay, so I'll
Okay.
show you the picture that I just did wrong. So I would say there's two, and they're very close in my mind. One is The Fugitive.
Yep.
I think is an incredibly done train wreck, and the thing I love about a train wreck, the two train wrecks that are in this category have a lot to do with the plot of the movie. And so if there weren't a train wreck here, Richard Kimball would not have gotten out of the bus.
Yep.
But also the scene itself is so visceral and amazing.
I need to watch this movie again. I love this movie.
Me too. And I'm hoping this is what this episode does, reminds people of great movies, because this is a great movie.
Yeah. Well, and this was like a quarter of their budget, right, for the whole movie. This scene.
Yep.
We talked
And they
about
didn't
that
have
on
any.
the-
I just read, sorry, you go
Yeah.
down these train rabbit holes, that they
Love
didn't
it.
have money to clean up. And so it's still
Oh
there.
yeah. Right. Yes. I actually think that's within 4 hours of Atlanta, I think.
It's in North
I could be wrong.
Carolina, I think, or South
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Carolina. And it's just
Yep.
out there. So is the bus.
Yep.
Just the whole train wreck and the bus. They just left it there. And whoever owns the land was like, okay, that I don't care. I never do anything with that. Like it was a track that was never used anymore, right?
Yep.
And they just crashed a train, and the guy's like, that's fine. And people go there and look at it like a tourist attraction.
We would do that.
Let's do it next time I'm there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's probably
Done.
like 8 hours away.
I swear we've driven by like
Okay.
like the town or something like that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that is an incredible scene in a movie of incredible scenes.
Okay. Yep.
And it's so good. Okay. My top train wreck, this might come as a surprise to you, is Super 8. So I don't know when the last time you saw Super 8 was, but
Oh yeah, this looks awesome.
J.J.
I actually have
Abrams,
only watched Super 8 once.
Okay. J.J. Abrams, me and J.J. Abrams, we have a difficult
That
relationship.
looks so JJ right there. That lens
Doesn't it?
flare.
It's
Yes.
got so many lens flares.
That's JJ Abrams in a picture right there.
Yes.
Totally.
And something happens that I've never seen in a movie before is that planes trains thing where they're riding on the tracks,
Uh-huh.
but the car and the train actually collide, and that's what causes the train wreck. There's a
Yep.
part in this, dude, where one train car hits another cylindrical gas train car, and that cylinder launches like a rocket and explodes.
Yeah.
And it is just, I can't sit down when I watch this scene. It's so good. And then it also has a great deal to do with the plot, because the alien is in the train that crashes. And so the little kids are right there running through all the wreckage. There's the stuff where wreckage is falling everywhere, but not hitting them. It is a incredible train wreck.
Okay, gotta see it again.
Yep, that's a great one. I'm gonna skip Fastest Train. That's Mission Impossible. 1 is a really fast train. I think it's a bullet
Oh
train.
yeah, and wait, I'm thinking of Speed. A dude gets his that's the end of
Oh right, Dennis Hopper gets his head chopped off.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet.
Doesn't something like that happen in
Yeah,
Mission Impossible too?
They're hanging on.
as
You know
well?
how Tom Cruise does hangs
Yeah.
on to really
Come
fast
on.
things.
Come
He
on,
and
yeah.
John Voight, is it, are hanging on to this thing.
Okay.
It goes into a tunnel.
Yep.
A helicopter follows the train. And remember this?
Yeah.
Follows the
Yeah, yeah.
train into the tunnel. The train crashes inside the tunnel. So does the helicopter. And the blade of the helicopter comes like this far away from Tom Cruise's nose. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a great scene and a great train.
So cool.
But I need to get to most terrifying trains.
Yes.
A category of spooky trains. They're scary. Actually, they're not spooky, but they're scary. They're tense. Okay. My first one of this. When's the last time you saw Spielberg's War of the Worlds?
Once when it came out.
I'm going to show you this scene. It's so good.
Cool.
So at this point, the tripods have come. There's a lot of people dying, and there's just crowds kind of crowding, led by Tom Cruise again. Hi, Tom. Here he is again. Do you see him? Do you see
No,
this?
I'm actually seeing your screen right now.
Oh. I did it wrong.
Okay, no problem. Just make sure you're still recording.
Yep, still recording.
And I have my War of the Worlds lamp here, if you can see.
Let me see. Oh, it's at a tripod?
You see that?
Oh, yeah. Ooh, it does look like it. You're right. Okay, so they're just walking in a big crowd of people, and everybody's kind of despondent and like what's happening to the world.
Right.
And then this happens, and I think it's just a beautiful Spielberg touch. This would only happen in a Spielberg movie. Okay, watch this scene.
Nothing bad's come up from the ground.
Okay, that train thing is going down.
Yep, that sound.
And here comes a train. They're like, oh, a train.
Oh. Oh my God.
It's a train on fire.
Yeah.
A passenger train on fire.
Dang.
That's going through there. And it is just, isn't that freaky?
Yeah.
There is something terrifying.
Incredible.
There's something more terrifying about that scene. And then the things just lift up and they keep walking through. That's the scariest scene in the movie to me.
Okay.
Because it just is
wow.
like this Spielberg thing where he's like just shows you an image and then you have to like deal with it. And like, how did that happen? What terror happened to make that happen? What's going on inside that train right now?
Yep.
And then it's just something that's happening in the bigger picture of
it just tells
horrors.
the story.
Yes.
Like in 20 seconds, but you're like, why? Like, how is that happening? What's going on there? And then it's just done.
It's just done.
Wow.
And they just, because they're all in such like, it's just such a, they're all in a daze because of what's happening. That movie is so good, dude.
Okay. I need to see it again.
John Williams.
Better than Minority Report?
No, Minority Report is better.
I love Minority Report.
Yeah. Minority Report's better.
Okay.
Okay. Another scary train is the Stand By Me train. Have you seen Stand By Me?
Of course.
Okay.
Will Wheaton.
River Phoenix again.
Oh yeah.
And Jerry O'Connell and
My Secret Identity. Jerry O'Connell.
Oh really? Oh, that's right. Yep. Ooh, and Corey Feldman. Those are the four kids.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, this scene terrified me as a kid too, because they're on the bridge. They're on the bridge with the train going, and they have two choices: outrun the train or jump off and die.
Yep.
And also, like they're running on the slats, and so there's a lot of Rob Reiner's type like shots from the top, where you can see they're running on slats, and the slats have nothing in between them, and so one false move they could fall and be crushed by the train. It's such a good scene. It's one of my favorite scenes in a Stephen King book too. Just so well written. So great Stephen King train, another one. But
so it's actually the trolley problem, except it's about you.
You are the problem. Yeah, great train. Okay, and then do you know this like lore about this train? Have you heard this story about like this train as one of the first ever movies ever shown? I don't know if this is true, but
Uh,
what I hear over and over again is that there was an audience going to like the first movie ever, and it's about a train pulling into the station, and people were so scared. They thought a train was in the theater, and they like ran out and crushed people on the way out.
what are these moving pictures?
So I had to include that in the most terrifying train
Okay, that's good.
because it
Yep.
literally emptied a theater of people. Now,
Okay.
I have a guess that that's actually not a true story, but I've heard it a lot. I heard it in my film class in college.
Sure.
I've heard it since then. This like fabled train movie that terrified people, and women were fainting and crushing each other and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
But there's something like you were talking about, like it's made all out of metal. That got
Yeah.
me thinking about like trains existed way before cars did. And so this vehicle is like part of our culture more than even cars are, and probably part of movies even more than cars are because of that.
Yep.
I think I would have a harder time thinking of perfect movie cars. I can think
Yeah,
of
'cause we'd
3
be like
or 4.
DeLorean,
Yep.
the Ecto 1,
Ecto 1.
Mad Max.
Batmobile.
Yeah, Batmobile. Lost its wheel. Joker got away.
Like the Mystery Machine, Scooby-Doo. What other
yeah.
what other famous cars are there?
Probably we could start digging in and fight.
That's true. We better do an
out.
episode.
Yeah. I mean, Fast and the Furious.
Oh,
I mean,
that's right. Dom's Charger from Fast and the Furious.
Dumb and Dumber.
That
the car.
that dog. Yeah, the dog.
275. But the 275 thou. There's
yeah.
Bond cars.
Right. Some Bond cars. You're right. Okay. But I mean, I actually think I had an easier time thinking of trains than I did of cars.
Yep.
Okay. I'm at my perfect train.
Oh, okay.
So
is this time where I can
don't include the one that you probably think it. Oh no, wait! I have one runner up.
Oh, good.
I have a runner up and a perfect train. Should I reveal my runner up?
Sure. Do runner up, and then I'll just drop a few for fun, and then we'll do
Okay.
yours.
Okay, so my runner up is the Hogwarts Express.
Okay, I that's in my list. Platform 9 3/4.
Yes.
Hogwarts Express.
I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but the Hogwarts Express is like another character in the Harry Potter.
It's totally
movie.
another character in the movie. I mean, that's a scary scene. Book 2 or 3, when they take the car and like have to get from car to Hogwarts Express for a little bit, fly around it, and then end up crashing the car. I think that's book 2.
And
Chamber.
book 3
Chamber
they
Secrets.
first meet the not Death Eaters. What am I thinking of? Those
Dementors.
The Dementors. They first meet them in the train, which is also a scary scene. Yeah,
Super
that's a terrifying
scary.
scene. But wouldn't you just love to take the Hogwarts Express to school?
Totally.
I would be
It's an
so
adventure.
excited.
Yep. That's a perfect train.
That is
red.
That's a perfect. It's red. Oh man, I didn't even think about how it was red. It's red.
You can only get to it magically by like running through this brick pylon. You know?
Yes.
It takes an act of courage and faith and magic to get to.
Yep. I mean, it's another train that is scored by John Williams.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the second best scored train, actually. Hogwarts.
Right.
Like it sounds like Christmas.
It looks kind of like Christmas because it's red and there's green in it, dark green and black. So this is the second train that I've actually ridden. So I did ride the Hogwarts Express at Universal Studios, Florida. You get to ride it between the Harry Potter parks, and it is really fun. And you see it come up the actual train. You're in there. You get in. You sit in a little booth. The ride itself isn't great because it's a screen ride. I would rather have them just put a window in it.
Yeah.
Like, so you get in and then you look out a fake window and like George and Fred are zipping by and stuff.
Okay.
But
That's
you're
kinda
actually you're actually moving in space. It's not like Star Tours. The train is bringing you from place to place.
Right. So it'd be like, well, here's some junky behind the scenes of Universal.
Yeah,
Like,
that's probably right. Here's the back of the Jurassic Park ride.
right.
Yep. Here's the nasty, just a nasty factory where we keep all the like golf carts that people drive around.
Yeah, totally.
It's probably better that you don't look out the window. Point taken. Yeah.
Okay, I have one award just to drop real quick.
Okay, great.
Most useful train.
Okay, love.
Can you
Most
play
useful
play
trip.
the
Okay,
thing?
sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
play the thing? Most
Wait,
useful train.
Something's being weird on my YouTube. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
So annoying. Choo choo train sound. Yes, I know. That's what I want. Okay. Most useful train.
The most useful train, Thomas, dude.
that guy is useful.
No, but you're really useful. That's what he always
is
wants
really
to be.
useful. Yep.
He wants to be really useful.
Yep.
And
A servant to
honorable
all.
mention for that. I mean, I love Henry.
Mhm.
I love all of them.
Yeah.
Gordon.
These are great train friends.
Yep, they're the. I mean, Lily. If we're doing about trains, I just have to say Lily was a train girl.
Yeah.
She loved trains. We
Yep.
had so many trains. One of the things that we're going to go hold on to forever is her little blue Thomas that was in her hand everywhere.
Yep.
Those wooden trains you can buy at Target.
Yep.
Thomas, that's a totem for me for life. And
those are
Toby,
high quality toys, dude. I mean,
Oh,
the way
yeah.
they fit in those rails.
Perfect.
It's like Thomas and Lego, right? You just always know that those
Yep.
toys, for us anyway, those toys were always going to work the way they were supposed to work and fit. They were the way they were supposed to fit.
Yep, those are heirloom quality toys,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Legos.
Yep.
Toby gets the honorable mention. The old-fashioned wooden train with a 7 on it, just like my old-fashioned bassoon, wooden bassoon with a 7 on it. I
Yeah.
love Toby.
Toby's great.
So
Yeah.
most useful. There you go.
We had so many Thomas years, bro.
Oh,
Great stuff.
so
Yep.
cute.
Yeah.
And King of the Railway is a perfect movie. I mentioned favorite train movie food scene was Chariots of Fire, Hot Tea and Toast, Here's Your Newspaper,
Yep.
Rom-com Train While You Were Sleeping. We mentioned that.
Yep.
October
train.
Sky.
Oh.
Great like hiking of trains, guys just trying to figure out how to build rockets. That's a huge movie for me. That actually could be a nexus of movies for you and me, dude. October
Train
Sky.
and rockets. I love
Yep.
October Sky. Yeah,
And Jake Gyllenhaal crushes it in that.
for sure. Young Jake
And,
Gyllenhaal, right off of City Slickers.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he wasn't filming City Slickers 2 to film that.
Right.
And then last thing for me is just I in grad school we lived in New York for 3 years.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of gigging. I would in the Midwest you play what's called the Freeway Philharmonic, which is like you play all the gigs you can get to by highway.
Okay.
I don't know if you, and that's not really a thing. It's just something people sometimes say. There'd be
Right.
like maybe like the Railway Philharmonic. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just making that up. But I would go
Everything
to New
hits
Jersey
you from the subway.
or
even
the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I Grand Central. I went to once a week and went into New Jersey. Played. So, anyways, and eaten my egg salad sandwich.
What's the
a la-
weirdest? What's the weirdest thing you took on the subway? Didn't you guys take a couch once on the subway? Am I remembering that incorrectly?
Yeah. Okay. Well, so there was the egg salad a la Big Top Pee Wee.
Yeah.
Yep. So when I worked as a temp paralegal, right, and
Yeah.
we were moving to Florida,
Huh.
they said you can have as many boxes as you want.
Right.
Remember? So every time I would leave work for a few weeks, I would bring like 10
Cardboard
boxes.
boxes.
Yeah, like flat, like legal boxes.
Yeah, sure.
So that might be one of the weirder things that I would always get on the subway with just
Right.
tons of boxes.
Just take up seats and seats with your boxes.
Yup. Totally. That might. I mean, when you're in New York, though, right? You're always carrying what you. I mean,
Nobody
it's on
cares.
Seinfeld all the time.
Right. Yep. Everybody's
Right.
got weird stuff on the subway.
Elaine, she's got a electric toothbrush and a poster and a cup of coffee,
Yep.
and spills it. So yeah,
I love it,
I
dude.
love trains.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that too. You have trains in your history as well,
Yeah.
because New Yorkers just do, right?
Yep.
It's just a part of life there.
Yep.
All right. Are we ready for Perfect Train?
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay. I think we're in the same place on this Perfect Train.
Oh yeah, I'm guessing since it hasn't come up yet.
Right. So my Perfect Train is the Back to the Future Part 3 train.
Woo! Yeah. Oh yeah.
And here's the categories that I just read that it fits into, in my opinion. Best
Okay.
scored.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I love that
Silvestri.
Silvestri train score. And I love the Wild West version of the Back to the Future theme.
Yeah.
You don't I don't know if you hear that a lot when the train's around, but I don't know. Best steampunk train when it's flying.
Yeah, actually, I thought in the corner of my eye that's when I said spoiler alert earlier, I forgot about Mad Max. I thought it was the
right.
Just in the little thumbnail, I was like, oh,
yeah,
Back to the Future.
Okay.
Yep.
So that
steampunk, sure.
So it actually has 2 iterations of the same train.
Yes, it does.
Train
Yes,
on
it
tracks,
does.
and it would also then fit in the best off the rails category.
Okay. Inception v Back to the Future 3 at the end. But it's not off the rails, though. It's above
It goes
the rails.
off the rails, boy. It flies. This train flies. That is incredible.
I think it's even better than off the rails because it's above the rails.
That's great. It's also fits in the third act category.
Yep.
The train is the third act of.
Yes.
It's like the Metro in speed. That is the set piece of the third act of that movie, and the conclusion of the series is train.
Yep.
Best train wreck.
Yep.
Let's watch the train wreck right now.
Okay.
I have that video. The train, and I don't even want to look up whether or not this train wreck is real. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like a real train.
This right here is a model. That's a model with fake clouds right there.
That is, you're right. Let's see.
But
I'm talking about when the train is. Here, wait. Woo! Oh boy, that rules.
The flames
that go straight up from the tracks. Here he is, our best friend.
Yeah,
train. Now watch
this is real. Look at all. Oh,
that's got to be a real train. So I guess it's not.
Yep, definitely.
I guess the flying train is not a reiteration of this train.
Oh right, they're 2 different trains. Okay, here comes fake fire though. There.
That's smoke. They're doing that fake so that they can go to 1985, right?
Yep.
Woo, baby, does that rule? Okay, I'm gonna play another scene of. So that's one iteration. I guess I never thought of this really. It's not the same train.
Yep.
Is it?
You're right. No, it's not.
But I'm gonna give them the award combined.
Yep.
Okay. It's also the most creative use of a train, in my opinion, of any movie.
Yep.
Because the problem in let's work this out. The problem in the first Back to the Future is plutonium.
Right.
There's the problem in the second one is Biff, basically, and time itself is the problem in the second one. And then in the third one, it's just speed.
Right.
And this is what I'm talking about. Like, it follows the rules. Like, that's such a simple problem in the third one. We just have to get up to the right speed, and we don't know how to do it. In the 1800s, that is so smart.
It's so good. And if you think about it too, from 1 to 2, the DeLorean flies.
Yep.
And then in 3, it becomes a train.
Yeah.
At the end, right?
Like we were just talking about. When I saw those train wheels on the DeLorean.
Oh yeah.
And I saw those. I gotta tell you, the first time I saw those train wheels on the DeLorean was in the poster, which I had hanging in my room in high school.
Yeah. Ooh.
Because remember, the 3 posters was first one with Marty only.
Yep.
Second was Marty and Doc with the car hovering, which blew my friggin' mind. And then the third poster was Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Mary Steam Virgin.
Yep.
On the tracks. And I was like, I'm never going to be happier in my young life than I am right now seeing this poster.
Dude, they did that. That's also perfect costuming too.
Yep.
Like the yellow jacket,
Mm-hmm.
that Doc has in 2,
Yep.
and the clear tie,
Yeah.
and then 3, they're all Old West, Wild Wild West.
Really cool, like leather.
Yep.
That really cool leather trench coat that Doc wears.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then I love Marty's like what's that called? Poncho?
Yeah, I guess so. Yep. Yep. The
Like
poncho. Mm-hmm.
that he's wearing in this picture right now.
What a
So
what
cool.
a poster. We have to do perfect movie poster at some time.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
Love it.
This scene is when we see the
Sure gonna miss him, Jim.
when the flying train. Well, you don't know it's a flying train at first, right?
Also, he's aged 5 years there. He looks so much more grown up than like a high schooler.
He's like 30 years old,
Yeah.
playing a 16-year-old kid. Okay, there it is.
Oh! Look at everything on that.
When this CGI smoke clears and you get a good view of this, look at that huge cow pusher thing at the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't know how many times that purple glass, how many times I paused this to draw it.
You've
I
mentioned
probably
this
draw-
before that you used to draw this train.
Oh yeah, this, the DeLorean, and the Starship Enterprise NCC 1701D. Oh, the purple is so beautiful.
Mary Steam
looks
version,
so
you look
amazing.
so pretty. I always
looks
thought, can I
incredible.
just pause this? I always thought
Yeah.
Mary Steam version was like 60 years old in this movie. Because I thought she
Sure,
was
yep.
Doc's age.
Right.
But she's
Yeah.
probably 30 in this movie.
That'd be an interesting thing to look up. Yeah, it's the old timey like clothes and hair and
Yeah. Yep.
that I think that makes and then being paired with Doc. But yeah, she looks absolutely beautiful, man.
I mean, she looks younger in
Radiant.
Elf, probably,
Yep.
to me. I mean, she's aged really well. Maybe it's Ted Danson.
Yep.
Who knows? Being married
Right.
to Ted Danson helps. Okay, we
So
can't watch
handsome.
this scene. No, we can't watch this scene without one of my favorite movie moments ever. Have you seen Vern pointing at his pee-pee before?
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. That's Vern. Oh, these kids are so
Yep.
dumb looking. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Vern, who's the blonde, is about to beckon a like assistant and point to his wiener because he has to go to the bathroom. Here it comes.
Let's see.
Oh, I brought you a little souvenir.
That train looks great.
Yeah.
Okay, the souvenir is. What's the
I love
souvenir?
this.
Oh, the picture. Here we go. Watch this. Vern, he's opening this present. Who cares? Yeah, the picture. I want to see Vern. pointing
Perfect
at his
score
wiener.
right there. Nice
Yes.
leitmotif.
It's great,
Yep.
Doc.
Okay,
Thanks.
come on, Vern.
Dr. Brown,
Here it comes. Here it comes.
I brought
Right
some
after
milk
this.
back from the future and
Perfect movie prop right here.
great.
Elizabeth Shue.
Of course it's a race.
Yep. Worst hair though.
But what does
Terrible
that
hair.
mean?
Terrible.
That
It
wig is really
means
bad. Here it is. Look,
your future
beckoning,
hasn't been written
Yep.
yet.
pointing.
No one's has.
This kid has to go to the bathroom.
Future is
Look at his
one
face
of
too.
Oh,
So make it a good one.
oh, poor little
Or
dude. Oh.
Vern, I just want to watch it one more time.
No
Look,
one's
beckon.
has.
Oh, I
Your
missed it.
future is whatever you make.
Okay.
Future hasn't
There,
been
the
written
beckon.
yet.
Yep, Beckon.
And
Yep.
the point.
No one's has.
Oof, I love it.
Your
And all of that happens in the perfect train. And then this happens.
Let's see this. Best moment of our childhood right here, bro.
Yep.
Nope. Already been there.
Already been there is a great line.
Oh. Yep.
And you just figure that means like, the wheels are going to hover conversion.
Oh
section. The
boy.
train is lifting off, and that's a pretty good effect right there.
Already goosebumps.
I love how it turns. Look at and
It's got
then
the-
you see it's got oh my gosh.
Yeah. It's got the back of the
It's got those
DeLorean.
blasters. Yeah, it's got the back of the thing.
Right here. No! It didn't show the absolute freeze frame that I used to draw.
You would freeze that like head on to the
Yep.
train and draw it.
Yep. Right? Because like the back of it like swings
Yes.
a little bit so you can see like a full profile of it. Oh, goosebumps everywhere.
I mean, I don't know if there's a better ending to a movie series.
Nope.
And the train has a lot to do with it. That comes they Zemeckis gives you one more thing to
Yep.
freak out about right before
You're
those
right.
credits, which is kind of like the end of the first one, I guess, where you see the DeLorean fly for the first time.
It's the same ending, kind of. Yeah, you're right. But it gives you that thing of like when you leave the movie theater, like I don't even remember everything that happened before that because we just have to talk about that.
Yes, I know.
Oh,
Yeah, those
I'm like tearing up a
closing
little bit, dude.
those closing 10 minutes of that 3-movie series, I hope they never reboot, is absolutely incredible. The train has a big thing to do with that. I did have a punch up when I was in high school, but I thought Marty should have said there's not enough track or something. And Doc should have said where we're going, we don't need tracks. And then but I don't actually, I think that would have been too cute. I like
too cute.
We've already been there.
Already been
Is
there.
actually
Yep.
pretty good. I mean, it's perfect.
It's perfect. It's simple.
It's a perfect
Simplify.
closing line to that series. We've already been there. Oh gosh. Plus, I'll give one more honorary mention to the train that hits the DeLorean and destroys it.
Yeah.
I love that train. And I love
Real.
it for what it did.
Yep, filmed for real. That
Yep.
right. They had one of the DeLoreans got destroyed there.
Which is so heartbreaking, and it should be, because you're supposed to feel that when you see it.
Yeah,
It looks like
it's
they're actually
real.
destroying the car because they are.
Yep. Mm.
Woo. Okay. Well, that's all. That's all I got, folks.
Dude, that was amazing. I loved going down that train, down those tracks with you.
Ooh,
Trains
nice.
are your Triscuits.
Definitely, trains are my Triscuits. I'm gonna say that from now on. It will make no sense to anybody when I say that, but I'm still gonna say it. All right,
Love it.
dude. Well, great app. Congratulations
Super fun.
to the Back to the Future double train on the tracks and off the rails. You did it.
Perfect.
All right,
Perfect.
dude.
Loved it.
All right. Have a great one, everybody, and have fun riding that train. And thanks for
Woo.
coming to the Perfect Movie Train Awards. It didn't work.
Drink the world premiere of Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. You wanna drink it just for the taste of it. Introducing Diet Coke. This is the one from Coca-Cola. Recall the taste with just 1 calorie. Just for the taste
Just
of
for the
it.
taste of it.
Diet Coke.
Woo!
Great. Okay. Let's stop
All right,
that.
stop the recording. Yep. Okay, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop.
Sweet dude. Sorry it went so long.
Awesome. That was so fun, man. Well done. Well done
I'm
on
gonna
that
stop
for
this.
real.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.